My name's Loren Koluk. I am originally from Chatham, Ontario. I'm a Western student currently. I just graduated with my undergrad in sociology, and I'm going on to specialize in human resources. And this is my 4th year as an operator with Student Works Painting. When I was in grade 12, living in Chatham, I lived at home. I was working at a pizza place. Not a very fun job after school, after sports, went and did that. When I moved away for my first year of university, I was having a lot of fun, living in res, going out a lot, first time away from home. I worked a job for Western events staff, which was also not that fun, but we would, set up and take down for football games, that kind of thing. Just making new friends, figuring out what it's like to be on my own for the first time. I think in my grade 12 year, I remember it was like February, a girl from my hometown tweeted, "If anybody's looking for a job this summer, let me know." So I responded to her tweet. I was looking for a job. She put me in an interview, a group interview, ended up getting the job. And it was for a painter, for a Student Works operator. So I worked for her for a whole summer. I was a crew chief. And then the next summer, I worked for another operator named Karen. I was a production manager for her. And then after that, after my first year summer, I was like, I feel like I could do this myself. And I was ready to become an operator. Running my own business really appealed to me because I felt like I had gained a lot of experience as a painter and I was ready to take on that leadership role myself. I really enjoyed kind of choosing who I got to work with, choosing who was on my team, enrolling them in my vision and what I wanted to do with my business, and just having full kind of control over, my day. I can start when I want, I can end when I want. I don't have someone telling me when I can take my 15-minute break. And also just, my input directly affected my output. So how much time I put in kind of affected how much money I was going to make. So it all came down to me, and I enjoyed that responsibility of being able to have full control over my own job and just life in general. So when I first started the program, I was most concerned that I would have a really hard time with sales, that clients weren't going to trust me and my team to do an amazing job on their homes. So that was mostly due to my experience and my age. I was kind of comparing myself to other contractors in my town who had, 50 years of experience combined between them. But in the end, Student Works really gave me the tools to be able to sit down with clients and confidently, tell them my skills, tell them my team's skills, and have them trust me. So I was able to run a $90,000 business in my first year. So that fear was pretty short-lived by the end of it. Throughout the program, I was really supported by my district manager and other operators. So my district manager was absolutely huge. I really feel like he has changed my life for sure. He is just kind of one of the only people in my life who holds me to the highest standard always. So no excuses. I'm always performing my best when Luke's around. And then as well, it was a lot of other operators too for more of that moral support. When you're having a bad day or you're having a great day, ever have any other questions, anything like that, I have a huge list of contacts now of people that I can call and give me that support all the time. I think that the hardest lesson to learn about running a business is that obviously things are not always easy. There's definitely some very hard times. There's some really high highs and some really low lows. But when those low lows do come up, it's a mindset shift into looking at how these things are happening for me, not to me. So when I started running my business, it was kind of like I was going through life thinking these bad things were happening to me. And now my mindset has really changed. When something goes differently than I expected it to, I can really take from that and try to find a way that it benefited me. So sometimes that looks like, what did I learn from this? Or what am I going to do differently next time? So really just changing my mindset into kind of having things happen for me instead of to me. The most useful thing I've learned from running my business is just confidence in myself and in my skills. So when I first started running this business, I was pretty shy, pretty timid. And now I'm able to kind of walk into any room with industry professionals, people twice my age, sit down, be really confident in what I bring to the table and have that conversation really effectively. With the skills that I've acquired at Student Works, I hope to start my own consulting company. So in Student Works, we talk a lot about your unique ability, which is something that you're both really good at and you really enjoy. So for me, I feel like my unique ability is building a really good company culture, a really great team culture, and really focusing on the personal development of my team members. So with that, I hope to have a human resources consulting company where I can take what I've learned, apply it to my business, and then teach those skills to other managers so that they can implement it into their own companies.